Hello everyone, welcome. My name's Charlie and today I'm going to be playing some more Stardew Valley Expanded. Today is the first day of fall and I'm thinking my big goal for the season is going to be to unlock the bus so I can get to Skull Caverns. That way I can get gems and such to sell for money and I can also gather more cloth to make mills on the farm. So yeah, we've got my lovely husband Victor over here. We're going to just say good morning and then get right into it. Ooh, I really like these leaves on the ground. Wait, coffee dies in the fall? That sucks. Okay, I did not know that. All the tomatoes are dead too, but I'm pretty sure I have enough stocked away to last for a good while. The thing I want most right now is the greenhouse, but I forgot to get the golden melons and parsnips, and I keep thinking I could unlock the greenhouse and use that to grow the crops, but obviously that's not gonna work. There's a little bridge here now, I love that. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna get the seeds for the fall crops in the bundle, which I'm pretty sure I need a pumpkin. I definitely need corn and eggplant. Okay, I'm just gonna check, honestly. I don't know why I'm being such a fool. So corn, eggy, pumpkin, right, yam. I'm also gonna pick up a bunch of these cranberry seeds because I'm a big fan of the multiple yield crops, and they're good for stockpiling jam ingredients. I started to plant my seeds, but then I realized I wanted to play it safe with growing the golden crops, so I headed back to Pierre's and picked up some more seeds as well as some fertilizer. I think I'll just pick up 5 more corn and then 5 more pumpkins for now. Oh my lord. Although I wasn't able to get any more pumpkin seeds, I decided to just plant the rest of my crops. Oh, I just realized I actually have like a bajillion coffee beans, so it's probably not too big of a deal that they all died. I was also hoping to grab some... Oh, wait, I have pumpkin seeds from donating artifacts. That was a very pleasant surprise. Like I said before, my goal for the episode is going to be to unlock the bus, which means I need $35,000, and I currently have a whopping 60, so I decided to spend the rest of the day doing some fishing to try and get more money. Oh, an ancient seed! Wait, I already have one of these. Okay, well... After getting a good amount of fish, I picked up some Autumn's Bounty from the community center and realized that the only forageable I hadn't gotten was a hazelnut, so I decided to do some foraging. Okay, I don't see anything around here. I think my best bet is to go to the little forageable area over here. Not seeing anything. Here's a mushroom. Hazelnut. Oh my god, there was a hazelnut right next to the entrance. After collecting my finished jam, I decided to head to bed for the night. Okay, good morning. I got up early and watered some crops for you. Well, you see, I have these things called sprinklers, so that was pretty useless, honestly. I also filled George's water bowl. Wait, what? Oh my gosh, he did. I love this man. Human spouses are great. That morning, the job board had just been put up, so I decided to accept a quest. So that seems like the worst thing ever. I hate this quest. I'm gonna choose this one. Getting the jelly isn't too bad. This one sucks though. Get over yourself, Robin. Before heading to the mines, I finished up the artisan bundle and grabbed my keg so that I could start producing coffee. So I have no idea what this thing looks like. I'm assuming I'll know it when I see it. These are just normal slimes. Oh, that has to be it. Oh, what? Okay, that was clearly not it. After a long night of mining and disappointment, I tossed some fire quartz into the lava eel pond and headed to bed. The next morning, I decided to do some fishing because I hadn't reached level 8 fishing yet, and around that level is when you start to see some of the new fish. Then, I opened a couple of the geodes I had lying around and even unlocked a new reward at the museum. Oh, a painting. I'ma let you hold on to that. I'll come back for that, alright? Yeah, I'm never going back for that. Alright, we're back in the mines. I still have no clue what a prismatic slime looks like. So yeah. Please be it. No. Oh, that's it for sure. It has a little star and everything. Let's go. What? No. Oh, yeah, this is it for sure. Okay, there we go. We got there in the end. Hello, where is he? Oh, I literally ran right past him. He blended right in there. And $5,000 in the bag. Although I had gotten my prismatic jelly, I still had some unfinished business in the mines. I wanted to collect all the types of gems for a secret project idea I had and then sell the extras for money, and I actually ended up getting a fair amount of them. The next morning, I purchased the $10,000 bundle for the bus upgrade and then headed to Pierre's to purchase some more wheat seeds. I wanted to make sure to grow as much as I could so that I'd have enough spaghetti to last through the winter. Oh my god. What on this good, sweet earth is that? What? I am speechless. Oh wow, okay, all is forgiven. Sorry I ever doubted your interior decorating. Oh my lord, the taste reminds you of expansion. I wanted to give you that fruit as a symbol of my love. Well, thanks, that was very kind of you. Again, sorry for slighting the flooring choice. It was a little shocking, I won't lie. At this point, I realized that I really wanted to have children, but in order to do that, I needed to upgrade my house, so I headed to Robbins to see what materials I needed. Okay, 150 hardwood and $50,000. Okay. I realized I really needed to start focusing on getting profits if I wanted to upgrade my house, so I fished all afternoon and crafted 10 new preserve jars to make more jam. I've been highlighting passages in my engineering textbook to keep tabs on important details. Speaking of which, are you a passage in my textbook? Because you're the highlight of my day. Okay. Early the next morning, I harvested my cranberries for the first time and decided to add some fancy new pathing around my crops. I wanted to start decorating my farm, and I thought that making this little circle of stone looked really cool. I don't think I'll need much farming space in the future anyway, so it's really just a nice little design that I'm hoping to expand on. What are you doing up there? The next couple days were mostly spent gathering gems to sell in order to pay for the house upgrade, and I actually found a decent amount. In one day alone, I ended up making almost $15,000 from mined materials, so not too shabby. I also realized that doing quests was a really good way to earn money, so I accepted the quest to collect bug guts for Willy and Clint's copper inspection quest. I figured they'd be pretty easy to tackle at the same time. Although the point of all of this was to save up the money for the house, I figured it wouldn't be a bad idea to get the $25,000 bundle to unlock the bus, because then I could potentially get more things to sell from Skull Caverns. And so, after spending the rest of the day in the mines collecting copper and killing bugs, I headed to bed, unlocking the bus to the desert. Because Skull Caverns was now available, I tossed a jade into my crystallarium to start stockpiling so I could trade for staircases later on. I really want my farm to look nice, so I'm just trying to lay down some preliminary pathing. I'm planning to spruce things up later when I get access to like the furniture catalog and some better recipes and such, so please don't judge. Most of the next couple days were spent in the mines working on the quests for Clint and Willy. By day 14, my first batch of pumpkins had grown and I got a whopping 0 golden pumpkins. To make myself feel better, I completed the Juicy Bug quest for Willy, getting my $3,000 and used some of that money to purchase more fertilizer and more pumpkins. Once I'd gotten everything planted, I hopped on the bus and traveled to the desert for the first time. What the heck is going on up there? Is that where Sandy is now or something? Oh my gosh, what's down here? Oh lord, is it ever gonna stop? Oh, this little thing is down here now. Okay. New cave? What's in here? Wait, okay, this is just Skull Caverns, so if this is here now, what's at the top? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Lovely. For the rest of the night, I mined gems and explored Skull Caverns. I even ended up getting an auto grabber and a treasure floor, which was a super lucky find. I decided to place the auto grabber in my chicken coop and then headed back to Skull Caverns for the night to gather more gems. I even ended up getting level 9 mining, unlocking the recipe for the crystallarium. The next morning, I harvested my first golden corn and then realized it was the day of the Stardew Valley Fair, which meant I had to set up a grange using the best quality things I had lying around. I don't have any iridium stuff yet, so I just grabbed a ton of gold star veggies and fish. I realized I didn't bring enough though, so I had to finish it off with a spaghetti in the middle, which was honestly kind of on brand. Second place? Honestly, that's kind of fair. You know, I didn't pull out the big guns this year, just like very tiny water guns. I wanted to buy all the prize stock and I figured, you know, it's okay, I can just gamble at the wheel for the star tokens that I need. And you know what? That was a very funny joke. Usually, I just bet my money on green and it's like 70-30 odds, so I make a bunch of tokens, but I don't know if the mod tampers with the odds or something. I'm really not sure, but all I know is that in a matter of seconds, I went from 1,300 star tokens to 65. After fishing for a while to calm myself, I returned to the wheel and managed to slowly build my way up to 5,400 star tokens. Alright, so I'm gonna buy the star drop, also the special scarecrow, this vase. You know, I might as well just buy everything, honestly. Although I wasted a lot of time trying to earn star tokens that day, my efforts were rewarded that night when a fairy visited my farm and sped up my pumpkins. Lucky enough, 3 of them ended up being golden, which meant I only had 2 more to collect. For the rest of that day, I decided to do some fishing to make money, donated some minerals to the museum, and collected cloth in Skull Caverns. I decided to invest $5,000 into upgrading my axe from copper to steel because I needed to start collecting hardwood for the house upgrade. I'd like to buy a pumpkin, my daughter and I want to carve a jack-o'-lantern. Caroline? Who the heck is Caroline's daughter? What on earth? I spend like 80% of my time playing this game. Who is Caroline's daughter? Am I stupid? For the past few weeks, I'd been checking the traveling merchant to see if I could get a chicken for cheap, but I hadn't had any luck so far. I'm not proud to say it, but on the 19th, I cracked and I decided to just purchase a chicken from Marnie. The good news, though, is that I named it Nugget, which I thought was a very nice name. Oh, Abigail is Caroline's daughter. I am so dumb. I think I was getting Emily and Caroline confused. No, you know what? I really think my brain was just blocking out the trauma, forcing itself to forget. While I was exploring Skull Caverns that night, I ended up getting a prismatic shard from a serpent, which was a pretty big game changer, because it meant I could get the galaxy sword. Honestly, I really want the iridium needle, but the only way to get that is from the infested caves during a Mr. Chi quest, so I'll probably have to wait on that one. The next morning, my steel axe had finished, so I picked it up and started to chop down all the hardwood stumps on my farm. I also discovered a little hidden passageway leading from the farm to the secret woods. What? Oh my god. You're joking. Dude, this farm is crazy. In total, I needed 150 hardwood to upgrade my house, which is kind of a lot, so I started heading to the secret woods every day to cut down all the stumps. I was only getting 12 hardwood per day though, and I had 7 days left of the fall, so the house upgrade probably wasn't going to be happening until the winter. Because of this, I decided to use my money to upgrade my pickaxe. Okay, so at this point, Nugget is fully grown and producing eggs, so I'm gonna start making mayonnaise. Oh, gold quality. Sorry, good job, Nugget. I feel like this is a good mayonnaise-y spot. Yeah. By day 23, my pickaxe had finished upgrading, which meant I could finally mine through these rocks that were blocking this abandoned building. Or so I thought. Yeah, that was a bit of an oversight on my part. Pickaxe upgrade round 2. My preparations for the house upgrade were going swimmingly. I was collecting hardwood every day and making a good amount of money from jams, so if all goes well, we should be having children pretty soon. Spaghetti children. Because I didn't have my pickaxe, I also decided to take a little trip to the desert in order to get myself the galaxy sword. Although I really wanted this to be a dagger playthrough, I need to get a much better one than the one I have, so the galaxy sword is going to have to be a temporary replacement. That night, I got to level 8 farming, which meant I now had the recipe for kegs, and the next morning, I purchased a silo because I realized I need to stock up on some hay for Nugget before the winter. Alright, so my pickaxe is now done, which means I can see what this spooky house is all about. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's Grandpa's shrine. That's super cool, I really like that. Sorry, back on task, removing the meteor. Oh, this is pretty huge. Doesn't seem like there's much going on here. Maybe I have to fix it before I can use it or something? There is a little room off to the side here. Maybe this place has like a special function? I don't really know. While I pondered the meaning of the empty shed, I decided to accept a quest to kill 50 skeletons to get a bit more money. That is a suspicious rock. That looks like a secret. What? Okay. So I made a bunch of tappers, and I'm gonna place some on the oak and pine trees because I'll need the pine tar for kegs, and I feel like it's just good to have this stuff around. You always need it when you least expect it, you know? Oh lord, that does not seem good. I am afraid. Oh, it's just Robin. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Oh, it's about the shed. It's probably gonna be so expensive to fix that, so I'm just gonna focus on my house upgrade before I even see what I need for that. After harvesting my crops the next morning, I ended up getting the rest of the gold quality corn and pumpkins that I needed, which meant I'd probably be getting my greenhouse in the spring after growing the rest of the golden parsnips. This was much better news than having to wait until next fall, so I was really excited about that. I finished up my skeleton quest that night, getting a quick $6,000, and then headed to the Spirits Eve festival. Okay, let's get our golden pumpkin. Why do I totally forget how to get it? I'm like, is this maze different? This chest is fake, you've been bamboozled. Okay, oh boy, it's definitely different. You can tell the chest behind the graves is fake. Okay, this chest seems promising. Golden pumpkin, okay. Honestly, that was pretty cool. It was really refreshing to have to look for the golden pumpkin, and I like the fake chests too. As the last day of fall came, I harvested all my fall crops one last time, chopped my hardwood for the day, and finished up the preliminary pathing for the farm. Come a bit closer, I have something to tell you. Okay. You're the best, I love you. Oh my god. Victor, stop. Well, I mean, I guess that's a pretty great way to finish up my last day of the fall. Overall, I think I made some decent progress this month. Primarily, I was able to unlock the bus to the desert, which I'm really pleased about. Before finishing up for the day, I wanted to answer this question from Tristanosaurs, who had asked a couple questions, but I'll focus on the last one because I think it's kind of interesting. So can you expand on why the taxonomic structure for determining if something is a fruit or not is so complicated? Personally, I think what makes it so complicated is the fact that culturally we tend to think things that taste sweet are fruit, which really isn't true all the time. So we have a culturally derived definition conflicting with a scientific botanical one, basically. I found something super cool online that was talking about how the word berry is derived from an Old English word that meant grape originally. Eventually, other fruits that were shaped like grapes and grew in bunches were given the suffix berry, like cranberries or blueberries, and it led to sort of a linguistic accident that just got carried forward into everyday speech. If I explained all the subcategories, we'd literally be here all day, but yeah, I hope that made any sort of sense. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like or subscribe to the channel, I'd love to have you here. Also, if you're interested in talking with me or other people that like Stardew Valley and such, then you should definitely join my Discord, it's a bunch of fun. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!